Hello students, welcome to the class. Today in this video, I'll be discussing with you the textual question answers of the poem Mystery of the Talking Fan. I hope that the poem you all have understood very well and you will be able to solve the question answer. So let's discuss the question answers, but before that, let's watch one video, the summary of the poem.
Mystery of the Talking Fan. This poem is about a fan that chattered while in motion. The poet likens the noise made by the ceiling fan to human beings who talk too much and too fast. She says she could not understand what the fan was trying to say. The poet hopes that the fan was not saying anything of much importance because it is quiet now. Somebody oiled the fan's motor one day. Since then, the fan has been running as silently as still water.
Let's move toward the textbook exercise. Question number 1. Fans don't talk, but it is possible to imagine that they do. What is it then that sounds like the fan's chatter? We know that the poet has imagined that the fan is talking. So the sound was coming from the fan. So what is that? The noise created by the fan due to the problem in the motor, that is the lack of oiling problem. And the sound was being compared to the fan's chatter. So question number 2. Complete the following sentences. The chatter is electrical because. So the chatter of the fan, the sound which was coming from the fan is compared to the electrical chatter. Why? Because we know that the fan functions on an electrical motor, and that noise which was created by the motor, that's why it is called as the electrical chatter. It is not human chatter, electrical, that's why. It is mysterious because, now what was the secret? The poet was unable to understand that what the fan was saying, and because of that it is a mystery. Question number 3. What do you think the talking fan was demanding? What was the fan demanding? The talking fan seems to be demanding that it needs some oiling, and for oiling means it needs some attention. Okay, because the moment it was oiled, it was working smoothly without making any sound. Question number 4. How does an electric fan manage to throw so much air when it is switched on? This is a scientific question, and you all are the students of science. You will be able to write down the answer of this thing. What is that? We know that an electrical fan, it has, now see the blades, it is different. Every fan doesn't have only 3 blades. Now some fans have 4 also, 5 also. So but commonly we have seen the fans where the 3 blades are there and a whirling motor, because of that only the fan used to move, and the moment it is switched on, so as we on the button, the motor starts and begins to rotate. Now observe the movement of the fan, okay, forcing the blades to move in circular movement. We know that the blades of the fan, it moves in a circular motion, and the when it is moving in a circular motion, what happens? This generates a lot of pressure which forces the air downwards in the all the directions, and that force only, whatever air is available in that particular room, it used to collect and throw it in all the directions. So understood that how the fan works. Number 5. Is there a talking fan in your house? Create a dialogue between the fan and a mechanic. So now observe all the fans in your house. If any fan is like the talking fan, means if it has some problem, so write down that yes, I have one talking fan in my house. And even if it doesn't, is if there is no fan which is making the sound, then also imagine, because what is given the next question? Create a dialogue between the fan and a mechanic. So you have to imagine now. This is your creative writing. You have to imagine that the fan is making some sound and you have called a mechanic, And now the fan and the mechanic, they both are discussing, they both are communicating with each other. So what they must be communicating? Think and write. This is creative writing question. So you all have to attempt, because answer should be a little bit different. If I will tell the answer, then it will be the same. So you have to use your own imagination here to prepare the dialogue between the fan and a mechanic. So this is your activity. Now some extra questions. What does the phrase "he ran as still as water" mean? See the phrases, exercises we have done in the previous lesson, expert detectives. So here, he ran as still as water. This is also a phrase. So the phrase "he ran as still as water" mean that it began to function smoothly. You know that when the fan, it is oil, it has started to move without any difficulty or without making any sound. Smoothly it was functioning. Number 2, what was troubling the talking fan? So the what was the problem? Troubling means what was the problem of the talking fan? So the talking fan was being troubled by lack of oiling on its various parts, disabling him from functioning smoothly. We know that the electrical devices, they needs to be oiled after a proper gap of time, otherwise it will not function properly, as it is a machine. So definitely it requires oiling time to time, otherwise then it may not function smoothly, and then we have to repair that thing. So I hope now all the question answers are clear to you, and you will be able to solve the worksheet given on this video. Thank you.